Shut up and sit down.
Oh crap, that was the really short intro. I'm not even ready yet.
I'm going to get a message off him any minute now saying, you didn't put that heavy metal music one on.
I thought the short intro was the 5-minute one. I'm sitting here putting on my jewellery on and everything like a tart.
Oh, God. Yeah, hello everyone. Welcome. I'm sitting in for his master, who is at home and in bed and should be asleep, but has been messaging me right up to the very last minute.
Yes, he's probably messaging me still as well, I would suspect. Let's have a look.
Get a sleep, get some rest. He's had his morphine. He's for those, everybody obviously wants to know. I know Colin's put a post out somewhere, but the op's gone well.
Mm-hmm.
He got it all. He's totally rested up. The surgeon came round today, seen Colin, and he said, get home and rest up, and no sitting down for 6 weeks. So
yep.
Here we are.
Yeah.
I'm keeping a seat warm for him, and my lovely co-host.
Hello.
It's his show, really. You should be in this position.
This is not my show. I'm the glamorous assistant.
Well.
I'm Gladys.
We'll say no more on that one.
Neither assistant nor glamorous, but hey.
Here's the lovely Fox. Hello, Fox.
Hello, dude. How is everyone? I hope everyone in chat is good. Hello. You can tell I don't do a lot of live streams and stuff lately because I only put my rings on when I'm doing live streams. And because I'm wearing them, they've got that kind of I've not worn these rings for a while smell. You know, like jewellery when it gets a bit. Yeah, I need to give them a clean, I think.
Wearing jewellery when you go live, that's a new one on me.
It's just because they're only looking at my hands, so I may as well.
Notes taken.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's so if you look at all like the good painters and stuff, they always have loads of rings and things on them, and I like rings. So.
All right. Oh, okay. I've got a paracord bracelet somewhere that Scott made for me. I'll have to start bunging that on then. It's just
I don't know where. Scott made me one age ago, and I don't actually know where it is. I had it on the side, and I used to wear it, and then it vanished. One of my nephews has probably borrowed it.
Yeah. Right, let's do the chat then. Let's see who's in. Hugh Gordon's first in saying, take it easy, Graham. So I take it Graham Roberts probably in before him then.
Ah.
And then he's saying, good evening, everyone. Hope you managed to lucky Lou in. Now you're home, Colin. He's led in bed. He's watching on his tablet. I know it.
He won't be going to... No. Because don't forget, he only sleeps for like 3 minutes a day anyway.
Yeah, I can feel it.
And this is daytime for Festa, so...
He's probably pacing if the truth's known because I didn't put that long heavy metal guitar warm up on.
I'll get a text message, won't I? Just say whoop.
Whoop.
Wendy
Ixon's in saying good evening, hope everyone is well, and hugs all around. I'll back at you, Wendy. Thank you.
I'll type that word in chat in a bit.
Yeah, whoop.
I'll explain it.
Jeff saying Candygram for Mongo saying
Candygram for Mongo.
Hugh Gordon. That's Hugh as in Hugo.
Is that you as in Hugh, not you as in me?
No, it's Hugh as in Hugh.
Hugh as in Hugh with an H.
Yeah, not Hugh. Yeah. And Cy Reynolds is in the one and only Cy.
Hey Cy.
Oh, Cy.
Hello.
Down camera there, Cy. Look.
Is what?
Waving to me down camera there. See.
No, we can't see that one yet, though.
No, can't see that one yet. Should do, probably. But...
I only have the one.
Oh, yes. I don't know why, because you've got more than one camera, mister.
Yeah, but my system throws wibbly-wobbly things if I try and do more than one camera. So I can show you the back of my head.
Oh, God, yeah. Do you dye your hair?
Do I dye my hair?
Yeah.
No, that's all natural, baby.
No.
I don't dye my hair.
That's Grecian 2000 if ever I saw it.
The last time I used to dye my hair, the last time I dyed my hair was when I had hair down to my arse and I had a skunk stripe right down the middle. So look, it was like a long hair parted down the middle, so it was like skunk stripe, white skunk stripe going all the way down. That was a long time ago. Moving on. Big pink straw, there you go.
Scott, big pink straw.
Big pink straw.
When they're saying hi to Cy Reynolds. As is Candy. And there's someone there called Mother Making Guru saying good evening all there.
Who'll be that then? Who'll be that?
I don't
Bats.
know.
Here they come.
And here's
Bats.
Jeff saying hi to Fox.
Hey, Candy Meow.
And Wendy, hi Fox.
Big hugs, Wendy.
Hope Mama Fox is well.
Mama Fox is sleeping, which is why I'm being a little bit quiet.
Yeah.
I can't be quite as boisterous on these evenings. Also, my neighbour sleeps on the other side of that wall, so I probably should not be quite so boisterous. I think she does. I don't know. She might not do.
Funny enough, my neighbour sleeps the other side of that wall. They didn't go to bed till about 1:30, so I'm okay.
They're used to you farting anyway, so they're used to loud noises in the middle of the night.
Yeah, that's so true as well.
Ain't no surprise to them. Constant vibrations.
So I say, hey, Jeff. Hugs. Hiya, Wendy. Hugs. Hello, smelly old dog man. I.e. Fox hugs. Oh, smelly old dog man.
Smelly old dog man. You
Yeah.
southern ponce.
Ross Medlock. Hiya, Ross. Hiya, Ross. Hope you're okay, mate. Wendy saying hi to Ross. And there's me saying evening one and all when I came in.
Evening one and all.
Sai saying hi, Ross buddy, hope all's well, and Sai saying hi, Scaly Models, Trumpington.
Trumpety, trumpety, trump.
And me laughing back at him.
Do we need to call you president? Do we need? Should we just call you POTUS from now on?
Yeah, POTUS, yeah.
POTUS, because you're Trump.
See what he done there.
Not Dad anymore. You're POTUS now.
Wendy saying Dadugs. Jeff saying hi, Dad. Scaly Models, great to see you as always. You too, Jeff, mate. Me giving Wendy huge hugs and saying hi to Jeff. And Ross saying hi to Wendy. Plastic Monkey saying, got the time, Mike? Yeah, time you were in bed.
Bedtime for Bonzo.
Wendy saying hi to Paul, and Paul saying, hello, Wendy. Oops, 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 which is something.
I have no knowledge of such things.
The lovely Gemma's in.
Hey, Gemma.
Gemma.
Big hugs.
Yeah, big hugs to Gemma. Jeff's doing Festa tunes. Colin and saying, if you're watching, hope you're doing well. He shouldn't be watching. He should be asleep.
He should be sleepy times now, but he won't be.
He's asleep. Face down. Face down. Somewhere to put the flowers or park your bike. Jeff saying hi to Gemma. That is Wendy.
If he's face down, this truly is master of all he surveys.
Oh,
yeah, everything else is H's domain.
Oh, yes. Gemma saying hi to Jeff and Wendy. And the lovely Susan. I am Mike and Fox with 3 hearts, Fox.
Hey, Sue. Shall I leave you and Dad alone for a bit?
Oh, hang on. They were for you as well. Look. Hi,
I know.
Mike and Fox. 3 hearts.
I know. Thank you very much.
Sue saying hi to everyone. Wendy saying hi to Sue. And Fox is giving big hugs to all in chat.
Die großen Hugen gefahrten?
Ja.
Ja, das ist richtig.
Bestehen. Jeff saying hi to Sue and Paul. Gemma saying hi to Sue. And Black Skunk Works. Jings, 'tis busy in here. Hope all good with everyone. Now, is that a new name on me, Black Skunk Works?
I think it's a new name on me.
Seems to be
welcome
a new name on me as well. Yes.
Welcome.
Welcome to our inane banter for the next few hours, couple of hours.
Aye.
Plastic Monkey saying hi to Jeff. And Jeff saying, yay, pre-show commercials now. Pretty short, weren't they, mate? Pretty short, which I've still not received a message off of Colin, so perhaps he is asleep then, because he would have.
Well, I think he said he was going to watch it on the reruns anyway, so.
Yeah.
That's
what he said. Then I'll get the message.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you didn't put a proper pre-roll on your Muppet.
So, hey, you pay peanuts.
You know get monkeys.
Yes.
Oh, God, that cat's just germed.
It germed. I've got my mirror in place in case I fall out, by the way, so.
All right, mate.
Don't worry. If I suddenly find that you're not answering my question or everything goes quiet, I'll find my way home. To quote John and Vangelis, I'll find my way home.
Oh, very good. Very good quote.
I love that song.
Very good quote.
Oh yeah.
David,
you ask me how I can't say. I was about to start singing it as well. I can't. Can I copyright?
All right. Yeah, all right. It's not our money it's losing, mate.
That's true. You ask me how do I know? I say I can't tell you. Your friend is close by your side and speaks in far ancient tongues.
Yeah.
I used to love John and Vangelis when I was younger. Oh. Yeah, listen back to them now. A lot of them are really, really crap. But carry on. Sorry.
David Spruanglue saying,
welcome to the show.
Mike Fox in chat. Hiya, Dave. Dave, I haven't forgotten your package, mate. I just haven't been able to get out.
Nobody ever forgets Dave's package.
Back difficulties, but I will get it off to you, I promise.
Dave's package is always unforgettable.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yes. It's an unforgettable package.
Sue saying hi to Candy. And Dave saying, I hope Colin is well. He is, mate. He's at home. He's as well as can be expected for the day after his op, that is. But he's drugged up.
He's probably tripping balls.
Smacked off his what's-its. Yeah, I mean, I've got to be fair. When I message Colin, normally it takes 24 hours to get a reply. I've had about 50 messages today off of Colin, and I've had replies straight away, so he must be on something.
Yeah, I mean, in the last 24 hours, I've had more comment, more like conversation in chat, in private chats with Colin than for the last... Yeah, because it's like with the whole conversation, normally you get like a couple of comments and the conversation's done with, but this... It's good.
Yep.
So, yeah, whizzing is... Yes.
It is good. It's nice. Nice to hear from him. It's nice when you send something to him and he sees it and replies.
Yeah, but then again, having said that, it was, he was like just sitting in a hospital room with absolutely nothing else to do. So yeah,
there is that as well. James is saying evening, Dad Fox in chat. Plastic Monkey saying hi, Dave. How are you? Brew. And Edward Leonard's joined us as well, saying evening, Fox Dad chat.
Hang on, I've got to do it.
There they go. They've gone. They've come and they've gone. And Sai saying, don't you mean your farts are keeping the seat warm, Scaly mods?
Scaly mods.
He's got your typing problems. I mean, type too fast or something good.
What, he types like a spoon?
Yeah.
Because I type like this.
I was watching you before. Typing like that, yeah.
Well, the thing is, I got my little iPad keyboard, but when you type on this table, it goes like this because this bench is not flat, so I'm like, it's like typing on a seesaw.
Is that a new one you got there?
Yeah, my other one died. I think it was the other one that had a poor connection in the battery thing.
Yeah, I got that one. That's what you made me get. Young.
Yeah, well, I used to have one of those, but I found this one was a bit more reliable. Now, this is not the £125 Apple one.
No,
this is the £15 on Amazon Omaton. If you've got an iPad, you want a keyboard, get on Amazon, get one of these. It's Omaton. It's 15 quid. It's the one with the round bit. Yeah, you've got the square bottom one. It's got a little thing to actually put your iPad on if you want to. Which is quite good. So you can get iPad there. Yeah, and it's got exactly the same keyboard functions as the iPad one. It just costs like £105 less.
So what you're saying then, this keypad that you told me to buy here is the blue snowball version of.
No, the one I got, it was actually all right. I can't remember why I changed to one of these. Oh, I know why, because I had that one. I had that one that you've got, and then when it died, I had to get a new one, but that one was no longer available.
Ah, right.
So that's why I've gone for this one. So yeah, Omaton. So yeah, it's like 15 quid. If you've got an iPad, you need a keyboard. So just sort it out.
They're brilliant. They are really
and then
good.
you can type things like, I'm going to type this word in chat now. You can type into chat things like this word that Colin's given us. He's taught us.
Cool.
We've learned a new word. The new word is woob. Woob. Yes, Colin gave us a new word. Woob. Now, we haven't decided what it means yet. Not really. But basically, Colin was tripping balls yesterday on his morphine, and he sent me a text message on the phone, in the middle of which was the word woob. And I don't know what it was supposed to be, so it's a new word now. So you can give it whatever meaning you want, but you will need to learn it and use it as much as possible when Colin's around.
Yeah.
Just because of the...
Was it probably wound?
I can't remember what I think it was like some completely unsimilar word like coffee or something.
Yeah.
So just in the name of abject mockery, you need to make sure you use it. Woob.
Well, Hugh is saying that's Hugh, not you. Hugh.
Not you, Hugh.
Hugh. It's saying evening Sue, Wendy, Jeff, Ross, Dad, and Fox. Edward Leonard saying Fox has got the dress on tonight. How does he know?
What?
How does he know you've got a dress on?
I think he can hear me when I shift position. There must be a crinkling sound or something.
Yeah, it's any trouble that crinkling, isn't it?
It's better. Yeah, but it's better than that other stuff that made the sparks.
Oh, what? Don't want one of them.
Trust me, don't tweed skirts and no underwear. It's not comfortable.
Jim was saying hi to Sprue, James, Plastic Monkey, and Edward. Plastic Monkey saying warm and wet sight, I believe. That must be a private joke. I hope it wasn't in reference to my wind.
Everything's in reference to your wind, Dad. You know that.
Sue saying hi to Gemma before I get told off for skipping her comment.
Oh.
Wendy saying hi to James, Hugh. That's Hugh, not you. And Edward Leonard. Edward saying hi to Gemma. And Paul saying hi to Gemma. Jeff saying Fox takes off his rings but leaves on his bracelets. Odd.
Oh, these never come off.
Nah.
These are on 24/7, these things.
Yeah. He got tide marks under there from where he washes. When he washes.
When?
And that's Hugh, not you. But Hugh said
you.
He keeps his ring hidden. Fair play.
Yeah, my ring is not for public consumption. Wait, no, that's just...
So I say more than likely Paul plus hello fella. Hello fella. Edward saying, hiya Wendy, squishy hugs. And Dan Crooks joined us saying,
squishy hugs.
Sending good vibes to Colin. Get well soon. Cheers, Dan, mate. I'm sure if he's not watching, which he obviously isn't, because he would have messaged by now. So
yes,
you'll watch it on the rerun. Instead,
yeah,
and give us a score out of 10. Apparently, I don't know what that means.
10, obviously, 11. I go all the way to 14.
Yeah.
If by 14 you mean 6.
I have heard that you go all the way to 14.
Yeah, but I suppose realistically you have to remember that when I write 14, I write 14 like that.
Ah, right, okay.
That's 14.
Yeah. You got it upside down though.
No, that's right.
No, it's upside down.
That's the biggest number possible. That's infinity. That's the symbol for infinity.
Moving on.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Many, and then infinity. It's also the ancient Greek symbol for cockpit.
Okay. Gemma saying hi to Hugh. That's Hugh, by the way, not you, but Hugh.
You, yes, hello.
And Si. And so is Paul. I think everybody's going to be saying hi to Hugh. I know Colin calls him Hugo now because of all this. Edward Leonard saying, hiya, Paul, Sue, and hugs. Wendy is saying, glad things went okay, Colin. Get well soon, and gentle hugs.
Gentle, squishy hugs.
Yeah, gentle hugs, Colin.
I think everybody's just saying hi after that now.
Plastic Monkey saying hi to Edward. We've got to get this chat done. I'm going to roll on.
I think that's everybody, actually. I think just about Retro Rabbit's in.
Yep. Si saying rolling floor laughing just for men much Fox. Si saying confirmed. Hughes in, we covered him. William Rayborn saying hello Dad Fox and Dad hugs. Hi everyone. Hi William. Thanks for joining us, buddy. Skunk tripes are just in fashion. Just saying.
Well, skunk straps have always been in fashion. Yeah, when my hair was down to my butt and I used to wear all biker jacket and combat boots and pants and stuff. It was my grunge phase. I used to have the hair down there, but it was centre parted because it was just droopy and heavy metal style. But I had this skunk stripe that was right down the leading edge of my hair. Oh, there's a creature on my desk. Hang on, come here. It's a little. I think it's on its last legs. I've got a little flying creature that's dying on my bench. Go and die over there. Go on. Sorry.
Bobbins 9000 joined us, saying good evening, all. Digital manly hugs to all, especially Colin.
Yes.
Sue said, dishing out the yellows. Dan Croak saying, evening, Hugh. That's you, not you.
You.
John Paul's joined us as well. Hiya, John.
Hey, John Paul.
Joining us. Edward Leonard saying hello to everyone.
I need to get this little. Can you? Don't know if you can see it. I'm about this little dude here. Look at him.
Oh yeah, he's hopping. That's a flea.
Yeah, but I think he's on his last legs. Come on.
That's a flea.
I don't. It's nice little fruit fly or something. But I don't want to kill it. But
Thump it.
no, I don't want to kill it. I'll just kind of try and get it to go over there where it's not visible. Go on, stay over there. If you don't die in the corner quietly.
Zelda Diecast is saying our new video content is about Chinese tradition cultures. Very nice.
Mm-hmm.
And he says, come check it out, guys.
Sorry, I've just got to jump ahead. Retro Rabbit's just said, death in a week, fly. Poor little thing.
Death of the week, fly. And then everybody's saying hello to everyone. And Wooby. Oh, hang on, Jeff. Turbo Retro and Woobulator.
He's back again. Look. Stop hanging out with me. I'm sure you're lovely, but I need you to not be in the middle of my work area.
I know an old woman who swallowed a fly.
I think it's because the light's just there. I don't want to hurt it or kill it, but I can't.
Right.
Anyway, yes.
I'm going down.
Pardon?
I'm down.
Beg your pudding.
I've gone down. Gone down.
Get down.
Philly's just popped in as well.
Hey, Phil.
Evening all. Colin looks way different with those flowing locks.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
I got a text message from Cy Reynolds, which is why I put a comment in there in the chat. He says, don't forget to activate the woob flange for maximum velocity.
Right. Okay.
That's why I put activate the woob flange. Look at the woobularity. Yeah, so it's everybody's duty to now use the word woob as much as possible when Colin's around.
And Retro Rabbit has just said, pudding. No, you can't. The law, the live stream law is you cannot say pudding. You have to share what pudding it is.
Live stream law.
It's
With
like
Sheriff John Burnell, retired.
It's the law.
This is Sheriff John Burnell. This is live stream law. Da, 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 da.
Used to watch him, Sheriff John
Yeah,
Burnell.
on what was it? America's Worst Criminals, was it?
Yeah, something like that, wasn't it?
This man thinks he can get away. All the teeth.
Yeah.
Anyway, Dadbert,
What?
what are you doing? What Warhammer are you playing with?
I'm not actually doing the Warhammer.
Oh no, it's not Warhammer Sunday, is it? I'm a dick.
No, I will be. I'll be doing Warhammer on Warhammer Sunday with you.
Yes, I keep forgetting it's actually Friday and not in any way Sunday.
Yeah.
Carry on.
But I may. I'm actually doing a buddy build at the moment with the Ice Queen. We are doing the Pink Panther. So
Have you painted that pink or is that pink plastic?
That's. Oh, it is pink plastic, but I painted it pink as well because you have to use a combination of Tamiya paints to get that pink. Apparently, 1022.
Wait, is that the Tamiya kit?
Yeah.
I didn't realise it came in pink plastic.
Yeah.
How bizarre.
For those watching in colour, there's the pink plastic.
So, seeing as it's a buddy build, I take it you're going to finish it tonight then?
As soon as it's a buddy build,
You can't get away from it, can you?
No.
Not even from me.
No. Oh, God, she's just shouted up, stop cheating scaling models. See?
So basically, you're just going to sit and paint that clothes peg, aren't you, tonight then, basically, I think?
I'm going to sneak it. Well, I've done one side of my tyre, so I'm actually going to do the other side with a bit of tyre black.
This is where you sit there and go, I'll start working on this big orc stomper instead. No.
I can't wait until we start that one.
I can't wait until we start that one.
No, that'd be brilliant.
It's going to be a little while, I know. We need to know. For anyone that doesn't know, basically, Dad, Colin and I, we all got an orc stomper. When everybody did the £1,000 worth of super chats on that Friday show a couple of months ago, Colin very kindly gave half of that to me. He didn't need to. I didn't ask him to, but he's very kindly. So basically, he bought me a load of stuff. He got me the Orc Stomper, and he's getting me some Orc dudes. He'll get me a box set of Orcs when they come out. But yeah, so we all got the Orc Stomper, so we're going to do like a little buddy build of the Orc Stomper. Yes, because I like Orcs. I've not built much Orc, but I like Orcs. Yeah, you've already built the Stomper, though, haven't you?
I have built a Stomper. Yeah, I've got a completed one in there.
Can you show it? Or...
I'm looking forward to doing another one. To be honest, it was fun. It was great fun doing it.
Well, I actually really like doing. I've done a few of the Orc vehicles, like the custom booster blaster and stuff, and I really enjoy building those. I'm really looking forward to painting them. So, matron. Oh, excuse me.
As you know, I did going back 18 months, 2 years ago. I fell way down the hole, and I've got shelffuls of vehicles from the Warhammer realms. Knocking about here, but
we'll have to all meet up and have a game.
No,
I don't know what the conversation is in here in chat, but Retro Rabbit says lubrification equals bigger the glob, the better the job. I don't really know what we're talking about.
Annoy me.
It also says someone said pudding. No, I want pudding. That concludes tonight's pudding explanation.
Ah, right. Okay, someone said pudding. Okay.
All right. Oh, and Bobbin says lube your woob, peeps. Okay, I need to go back up the chat. I need to not do like Chris and read from the bottom up. I need to read from the middle down.
Kevin Reynolds, keep your snout out. Oh my God, is he cheating, Sue? No more cakes for him, surely.
Twisted Rail is in. Welcome, Twisted Rail.
Yeah, welcome, Eric.
Edward says man woobs. What else is chat doing?
Nobody else.
Sam Reynolds says to send you a prune loaf.
Oh yeah.
And Philly says he just put the new Orc Commandos together. They are really nice.
Ooh.
Hugh Gordon says, as Sean Connery would say, underwear should be shilk and not satin. As long as the collars and cuffs match.
Oh God, she's teaming up with him now. All you skinny models leave Cy alone. You leave alone.
Bobbin says woobicles. Right, shall I do some work? I am finishing off probably tonight my Death Guard Combat Patrol. I've only got 6. They said Necrons then for some dumbass reason. 6 Pox Walkers to build, and then I'm done. So if I finish these guys, I'll start something else.
Way.
Yeah.
I'm going on your last stream. You did do 3 rather quick.
Big pink straw. I did, didn't I?
Because they were only in 2 pieces, was it? 2 pieces.
Yeah, so they're only little Pox Walkers. We've only got a couple of bits each. So even I can barrel through them quite quickly.
Wow.
Yeah, so anyway, Dad, how have you been, fella? What's happening in Dad world right now?
Not a lot, to be honest.
Excellent. Moving on.
I'm doing the buddy builds with Colin, as you know. I'm doing a buddy build with Sue.
What's your buddy build with Col? Is that the SIR boats?
The lifeboat. I took the hammer to the Harrier.
Oh yes, I saw that.
That's got to be bonfired, yeah.
But I bet it was really, really satisfying, though, wasn't it?
Oh, do you know? I wasn't going to do it. I only brought the hammer out but everybody just kept on and on about what a wonderful kit it was. I thought, right, I'm taking the hammer to it now. So I did.
I have to agree and say, one of the most satisfying things I ever did was, remember I built that Revell 172nd U-boat?
Yeah.
I did it 4 or 5 years ago, and then I did it again as a commission. And when I finished the commission, because it was about 2 years after I did built it for myself, that I did it as a commission. So when I finished the commission, which came out really nice, I looked at the one I'd done for myself when I was just getting back into modelling, and it was absolute balls.
Yeah.
So what I did was I took it outside and I just literally snapped it in half and smashed it up and put it in the bin. Not the commission one, obviously, because that was good. And there was nothing quite as satisfying as just snapping a 3-foot U-boat in half and jamming it in the bin. It was like, because I was really proud of it when I did it, but when I'd done it again a couple of years later, I'd done a much better job. I'm like, wow, it was really arse. Even though I knew I was still just getting back into the hobby at that point, and I was still finding my way, I still thought it looked like rubbish. I used the thread that came with the kit for the steel cables, and that was the worst idea ever.
Well, last night I was looking for some XF57 because I needed to mix some with some XF2.
What 2 is white? What's 57? Pink.
Buff.
Oh, buff. Oh, yes.
I also had to add that to XF7, which is red, to get the lovely pink colour to spray this beastie with.
I'm pretty sure there's a Tamiya pink, isn't there? Is it the wrong colour?
Well, this was Tamiya instructions saying add 10 parts white, the 2 buff, and 2 red.
Oh, right, okay.
I thought I'll go with that because it looked right. So, and then someone very kindly donated to me a big box of Tamiya paints going back up.
Oh yeah, it was that. I remember that. I'm sure I remember somebody did that for you.
So I thought I'll sit here and I'll go through this. I've never seen so many pots of smoke and tan in one box.
Oh, for those that don't know, I had a big I had to have a tidy up in this room and make some space, and I had that big metal like storage case. It was a German remote control enthusiast storage box that you're supposed to put tools and stuff in, and I had like a whole mess of I had like 35 years worth of Tamiya paints in there. I'd accrued, and I was never really using them, so I just said, Dad, do you want these paints? So
yeah. So I took a little toddle over.
Oh yeah.
Had a brew. Problem 1, you're using Tamiya XF LOL. Yeah, spray's good.
Oh yeah, as an airbrush paint, it's fantastic. It's one of the best. Tamiya paints are brilliant.
So Reynolds is saying that looks the same tone as UMP pink primer. I haven't actually got. I got UMPs every other color bar pink. I think. I've actually used as a base primer as the Mission Models one. I've got Mission Models which I've had for quite a while now.
Was that your special Swedish pump, Dad, that I heard then?
No.
the one that gives you bigness in your in-out sticking.
No, it's the little board it comes inside the bottle.
It is your stirring ball.
It's my stirring ball. Yeah, so I found all these pots of X19 and Dectan and XF2.
Yo, there was loads of smoke in there because before I started doing Bandai stuff, smoke was a great colour to do washes with.
Right.
If you're doing non-Bandai Star Wars kits, and you want to impart a dirty layer to your model, like an X-wing or something, just get a pot of assuming you've used Tamiya paint, get a pot of Tamiya X10 thinner, the acrylic thinner, put in 1 or 2 brushfuls of smoke, Tamiya smoke, stir it, and that's a great wash, just to wash it all over and keep an eye on it, and it gives it this great dirty sort of grubby look. It's a bit like Tamiya Agrax Earthshade, but quite thin.
Johnny's saying Cakey Cakerton is cheating again. What Sue doesn't tell you is that hers is actually built.
Oh.
Bit similar to how Colin operates.
Oh.
Calls me for everything. It's a smoke cloak.
Are we getting the inside baseball here?
Mm.
Are we getting how the sausage is made?
Yeah.
I'm going to just shut the fuck up and say nothing and not get involved.
So, yeah. So Sue's, and even her little dude's painted. Now mine isn't. Where is he? There he is. He's just primed.
Gentlemen, paint your dudes.
Yes. So this is White Glove Models that joined us as well. Saying hiya, Fox. Hey, Paul as well. Thank you, Richie from RW Hobbies, for steering me towards the group.
Hey, White Glove Models.
White Glove Models, welcome along.
Yeah. Welcome.
Richie from RW Models has kindly supplied me and Colin with a kit each to do.
Ooh.
Yeah, he sent. Well, I got a kit here, I think.
Is that the truck one?
Yeah, it's that one there. Yeah.
Oh yeah, lovely pickup truck.
Richie kindly sent that because we're doing a buddy build with Miguel.
Oh yeah, Miguel likes his cars and trucks and things, doesn't he?
Devil Dog.
Devil Dog Dot Games. Devil Dog Dot Games. I've got that right.
Yeah, Devil Dog Dot Games. Yeah.
Did I remember something?
You
with
did.
my brain?
And you're very good.
I'm not very good. I'm rubbish.
I normally get a text message off of you saying, "Who's this?" I've just seen this name come up in my chat. Who is he?
I just suck balls when it comes to names.
So,
there's a very good reason that I call everybody dude or buddy or mate or spud. It's because 99% of the times, including family, I've got no idea what people's names is.
And his ears must have been burning, Miguel's, because he's just appeared in the chat and said, "Hiya."
As if by magic. Hey, Miguel.
Hiya, Miguel. Hope you're well.
As if by magic.
Yeah, he just
The Miguel appeared.
Yeah, so we've got a few Americans in the chat now. Seems to be a good time of day for him.
Well, that's why Colin likes doing this show, because it's a good chance for him to hang out with our colonial cousins and just people from other parts of the world where right now it's not the middle of the night. Because a lot of our content, as you'll know, Dad, and your content and Colin's content and mine, we're all in the UK, so we tend to do stuff in the early afternoon or in the evening, our time. But obviously for a lot of our viewers, that's like 1:30 in the morning. So it's nice. It's nice with this show. It's one of the reasons I jumped into it with Carl, is that it's just nice to have this of a midnight stream. You know, it's only going to be a couple of hours. I can't be doing this for more than a couple of hours, but it's just nice to do something, you know, this kind of silly hour in the morning, so that at least people to whom this is like after tea time or something, is early evening for some people, it's a good time for them to join in.
Yeah.
And it's a chance we can get to hang out with our colonial cousins.
Absolutely.
It's never going to get old saying that.
Well, I mean, this goes back many years as well, doesn't it? I mean, gone 4 or 5 years ago, perhaps, where we used to do the late Saturday nights at one time, didn't we? And we used to pick up a load of
women. No, that's wrong. Sorry, what?
Hey,
I said women pick up a load of no.
Claire's joined us saying, "Hi, Mike, Fox, and everyone in chat. Good to hear that Colin's back home." Yeah, hi, Claire.
Hi, Claire. Yeah, we do find that the audience for this midnight show is basically anybody who's not in our time zone, and people like us who have abnormal sleep patterns.
Yeah.
Who are in our time zone but don't actually have normal sleep patterns.
I know, because I'm normally here anyway.
Which seems to be most.
You weren't telling me, were you? You were just.
What? What?
Hey, what?
I have noticed that most of our viewers who are in the UK, somehow they all have really crap sleep patterns like us, because whatever time we do a stream, it's always the same people. So we're all just broken in a way.
Yeah. Got the lovely Claire in. We've done Claire, and Johnny is telling Miguel to keep his eye on me because I cheat.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know where people get this from. I do not. It's because, you see, it's now Sue tried this when we done our live stream, because she was reading chat for most of the time. She said, "Well, I'm reading chat all the time, so I have to catch up after the show to." Now, see, this is what I'm up against now. Originally, I was brought into Colin streams just to pick up on the chat that him and Dave or him and you might miss.
This is why you need a chat dolly.
Yeah.
If you're doing a buddy build like that, because then you need somebody who is not actually doing the build but just does the chat.
Yeah, just keeps an eye on the chat.
Yep.
So how are you, Fox?
I'm all right.
I'll turn it back on you.
Oh, damn you, sir. Here they come. Baps. They're shaping baps now. Imagine that. A great moving oven filled with lovely baps.
Oh, baps.
If you don't know what I'm talking about, I put a video on the Boom Hut on my page of the day, and it's a little clip. I've been working my way very slowly back to you, but no, that's the wrong thing. I've been working my way very slowly through the British Pathé YouTube channel. which is thousands and thousands of old British Pathé and Warner Pathé and all these different sort of newsreel videos from the 50s and 60s. And some of them they're just fantastic to watch. Some of them, only a couple of minutes long each. But there was one of them that was like a half-hour long, and it was basically a half-hour long advert for Sun-Blessed bakeries made in like 1961.
Wow.
And it's presented by this chap who runs the mill that makes the flour that goes to Sun-Blessed to make the bread. Hey, it's a basic advert. So he's presenting it and narrating it as well. And it's taking you through the process of, the grain comes from Manitoba and then goes to his mill, and then it's milled, and then it goes to Sun-Blessed. And this is basically how they make bread. But he's got this fantastic voice. And you can tell it's so rural Britain in the 1950s, 1960s. It starts off with him and his it's basically him and a Canadian corn grower who's come over to Britain to visit in a country pub, and the vicar walks in, and because it's Harvest Festival, and they're talking about bread, and then they just start then showing you how bread's made. But he's got this great voice. So there's a little clip where he's sort of showing bits of the factory making different types of bread. And I was just watching this thing, and he's saying, here's this thing, and this happens, and this man makes this. And then at one point, it just cuts to this scene of these guys making little bread rolls. And there's these little blobs of dough falling from the ceiling. And he just says, here they come, baps. And it's the way he says it. I was taking a swig of juice at the time, and I just spat juice everywhere because it's the way he says it. So I put that little snippet in the boom huts. If you haven't seen it, go and have a look at some point. It's just something tickled me just the way he said it. For those that don't know, bap is a northern name for a bread roll. So
yeah,
but it's just the way he said it. Here they come, baps, baps. They're shaping baps now. It's the way he says it, the words he uses. So quaint. But if you ever want to lose a whole day, just go onto the British Pathé YouTube channel. Go into all videos, set it to oldest first, because a lot of the modern stuff, there's like hundreds and hundreds of like World War II stuff that's not that interesting. Set it to oldest first and just start working your way through. There's thousands of them and they're fantastic. I've discovered a new hobby, which is watch an old British Pathé newsreel about. They tend to be about, they're not like about things happening in the world like, this politician did that. They tend to be about Mr. Smithers in Chiswick who makes model boats half scale out of bottle tops. And they're just like weird little quirky things about the man in the street. And I found this great hobby is like, watch the video, this little snippet about, Mrs. Twing from Margate who collects, I don't know, dead cats or something. And when you finish watching the video, go and look up the person or the place or the organisation they're looking at or the shop or whatever it was about. Go and look it up or just Google it. And sometimes you'll find nothing, and sometimes you'll find like you'll be on a Google adventure for like half an hour just finding out about the person that was in this video 50, 60, 70 years ago. Because sometimes there's nothing about them. Sometimes they've got a whole presence on the internet. Some of them are amazing. The one about the bread rolls, about making the bread and stuff, I just when I was watching the video, I didn't credit the narrator or anything else, but at one point they show the bread, the grain being delivered from the shipyard, from the docks to the mill, and you see the name of the haulier. So I looked up the name of the haulage firm. Turns out it's the same company that runs them, and then I got into this whole thing. From the haulage firm to the mill and then I figured out the guy running the mill is the guy doing the voiceover, and it was like, wow, I just went a whole adventure. And it was like I was there for about half an hour just reading up about this guy and his firm and this mill. And the funny thing is, it turns out that whenever there's a newsreel about someone, they either the company goes bust or the person dies within about 2 years of the newsreel. It seems to be a trend. It's kind of weird.
Jeff saying there's an amazing British Pathé film from '56 showing Peter Cushing with his hobby making.
Yep.
Painting models and miniature figurines for wargaming. Yeah, I've seen that myself.
Yep, that's a classic. There's a guy that makes enormous wooden ships of like liners and cruise ships. And the film is of him in his front garden in a 1956 suburban street with these like 12-foot long, Queen Elizabeth and the Queen Mary and stuff that he's building. And it's like fascinating. But again, it's not so much watching them, although it's fun to watch them. It's more I sit there and I have to go and Google the person. Or one of them was, what was it? It was a guy. It was, I can't remember what the film specifically focused on, but the guy who was in it ran a company that made caravans.
Made what?
It was about this guy. His company was a company that made caravans.
Oh yeah.
Now I can't remember what the actual film was focusing on particularly, but what it did was at one point he's in a caravan and he's looking at something in the caravan. He walks away and he goes and gets in an Aston Martin, and there's a line of very expensive cars outside the factory, and they're all his because he's a millionaire. He runs the company. So I looked up the registration plates of all the cars. Because, if you see a registration plate on an old vintage film, go and look it up. I looked them up. None of them exist anymore, apart from the Aston Martin, which still exists. It's registered on DVLA, it's MOT'd and taxed.
Oh, wow.
And then I did a bit more Googling and found out it's done the rounds and it's been around and it's still, the car still exists.
Oh,
it's amazing.
Wow.
It's amazing what you can find out. Just little things, So I love watching them and then going Googling the little details. Is that company still there? What happened to that man? And the funny thing is, a lot of in the descriptions for the videos, a lot of the people are actually named. So there'll be like just some random shot of a person doing something, and it'll name that person, so you can go and look them up. And you'd be surprised some of the stuff you can find. Sometimes you can find an entire life story of someone just by Googling their name. And it's the thing that makes it weird for me is it's like imagine your life. You're born and then you die. That's your life. You're born and you die, and that's the life you live.
Yeah.
And you only know each moment as you go along. You can't see this at all, and you can remember that, but you can't see this bit. But then you come along 70 years later, and here's me watching a video of you at this point in your life here.
Yeah.
And I can Google it, and I can see all the things that had yet to happen that this person couldn't see at the time, but I can now look from above and say, haha, I know what happened to you. And it's weird. It's kind of weird when you think of it like that. It's a bit of a brain food that you can tell. You can watch somebody on the screen and they don't know what the future holds, but you can know it. It's quite fascinating. But it is amazing how many people died or went out of business shortly after being on on a British Pathé film. But I like things like that when I can just go off on an adventure.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I can get that.
There's some weird stuff on there really is. But then you look at them and you see like Mrs. Mildred Flompertus, who lived in wherever, and she made ball gowns out of I don't know, dead something trees, I don't know, whatever it's about. And you kind of sit there and you think, put yourself in their shoes like 60, 70 years ago in the 50s. Imagine you're just some normal chud and you've suddenly got British Pathé coming to film you.
Yeah.
That'd be like the most momentous thing in your life ever. Because that was the big thing in them days, that was the newsreels. That'd probably be the most exciting thing that would ever happen to that person in their entire life. And you're watching it, and it's always, when it's something like, something really stupid, it's always a little bit piss-takey as well, which is quite good. They're kind of taking the mickey a little bit, but very gently. So.
White Club Models said, Mike, what kit are you working on right now? It's the SAS Land Rover Pink Panther, mate. Tamiya 135. Excellent
135.
Kit. Really cheap as well. Really cheap.
Yeah, I think anyone who's grown up with Tamiya kits in the 70s and 80s has built that at some point.
I think I've built about 3 now.
Yeah, there's that and the LRDG Chevrolet.
Yeah.
The Krupp Prots. Everybody's done the Krupp Prots. That's a great kit.
Yeah.
Krupp Prots is a fantastic. Did you ever do the big Tamiya? Is it the Horch with like 6 dudes in it? the big sort of, it's the big truck with like a rows of seats and like 9 or 10 dudes in it.
Oh no, I know the one you mean. No.
Yeah. I remember doing that one.
Angus Alex joined us from
Hey, Angus.
down under saying,
G'day, bro.
Good day, Dad, and
G'day, bro.
No rest. Detective Foxx.
Yeah. Well, that's the funny thing. One of my previous jobs, I had to try and trace customers who defaulted on their debts to the telecoms company I used to work for. And it was like, right, here's the credit check system. Here's an internet. Find them. And I used to have access to like the credit report. I could pull a credit report for them in businesses. Because it was business to business. I could pull credit reports through to this credit system. And my job was just to find them. Like, this person's not paid the bills, they've defaulted. Find them. Sick 'em, boy. And it was great because I got to be a detective and find these people that owed us money on the internet. It didn't last very long because what they didn't realise was that every time I pulled a credit report, they got charged, and I was costing them thousands in credit reports. But it was like, well, I need to do it because I've got to try and find them. They were like, oh yeah, we didn't realise it cost that much. Oh, well, never mind. But what I was doing, it was great fun. I found, just trying to find someone. All you've got is a name and their business address.
Yeah. And find them you did.
Yeah. The best one I ever did was we had a kebab shop that we provided the telecoms for, and they stopped paying the bills, and the guy just disappeared because it was a a lot of them weren't limited companies; they were sort of small businesses. So the person themselves was liable for the debt, and we wanted to take it to the to the debt recovery agency, so we had to give them all the information. And this guy ran a kebab shop and vanished with owing us thousands. Turns out he ran the kebab shop until it was discovered that there was a dead guy sat at one of the tables for like 4 weeks.
Yeah.
Because one of the staff was sat at a table making pittas and just died, and they just left him there in the kebab shop, in the public eating area of the kebab shop. So eventually health and safety came and shut them down for a bit, and he kind of did a runner. And because that's what I found out. That's why he disappeared on us, because they wanted to find out, how one of his members of staff was just left to desiccate at a table. I was like, really? You couldn't write this? Is this Florida?
Yeah.
So yeah, I love doing things like that. Little Google research trips. Great. I strongly recommend it to anyone who likes to go on a bit of adventure. And there are quite a lot of really interesting British Pathé films about model making and stuff as well.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Hugh Gordon says Ralph McTell, by the way.
Oh, let me take you by the hand.
I'm a storyteller and a story. That's not Ralph McTell, though, is it? No. Alphabet Zoo.
You in this country, White Glove? I think. What's your Christian name? They're about 12. I think it was 12 quid in this country. This kit, which is very reasonable for a 135.
Phil East says, I had a run-in with the local youths tonight. They asked me to get them 20 Richmonds from the shop. They looked furious when I gave them the sausages. It does make me laugh that when you go to like a shop and there's like some scroats outside. Oh, mate, will you get us some cigs? And I'm like, no, I don't think so. Go away, 5-year-old. Yeah. Why would I buy you cigarettes or alcohol when you're like 12? I don't think so. Goodbye.
And Richmond are a brand of sausages in this country.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
see,
they call them sausage.
Yeah, the sawdust filled off. To quote, yes, Minister, they're sort of high-fat offal tubes. Somebody will get that reference.
White Glove said, my name is Colin and I'm in California, so I was quite shocked you guys were awake doing a live stream. Yeah, every Friday, same time. It's not normally me. I'm normally here, but Colin normally plays videos been in hospital for an operation. So
Yep.
it's Colin and Fox normally, and then I sit in the background doing nothing and catching up, chatting, trying to get a word in edgeways.
You never get a word in edgeways. Well, if I've got anything to do about it.
Between you two.
Well, none of you get a word in edgeways between me, basically.
I wouldn't say that, Princess.
I would. I can say it about myself. If you say it, I'll slap you. But if you know, I can say it about myself. No, I do talk too much, and I overpower other people. I need to just basically shut the F up sometimes.
The thing is, you've been doing solo live streams yourself for so long.
How long? So long. How long?
So long. That it's a habit you've gotten into of not having dead air, isn't it?
Yeah.
Basically.
That is true. I mean, it is the fear of, if you're doing a live stream or anything like this live, the dead air is the worst fear of all.
Yeah.
Like, you know, having nothing to talk about is the worst thing. When I see people doing live streams at the workbench, like painting and stuff, and they're just sitting there silent, I'm like, oh dear God, give up doing YouTube.
Yeah.
Just don't.
Yeah. It's always nice to have something going on.
Yeah.
I done it when I was doing my stream on a Sunday, going back ages ago now.
Would that be a Sunday stream?
It might have been my Sunday stream, yeah.
Sound clever like that.
Lynn Dipples just popped in and said, "Howdy, Fox and Dad." Hi,
Lynn.
You well, darling.
Big hugs.
Yeah, big hugs for Lynn. And we were talking about I forget how it came up now, but the core of the conversation was about the TV program, The Love Boat.
I can't sing it.
No, that's exactly what I done. I sang it, and my video got pulled.
Yeah. Or demonetised.
Sang a bit of the line out of it, yeah.
Yes, there's only so many times I can drill into people. Unless you wrote a piece of music yourself, don't use it, sing it, or anything on your live show on YouTube ever. There's only so many times I can tell people that before I just give up. Yes. Yeah, you've got to be super careful.
Colin said, White Glove said, "I always find you really entertaining, Fox." Don't know why.
I don't know why. What prescription medications are you actually taking? And where can I get some?
Or should I say, what are you smoking?
Yeah.
Nah, he's lovely, our Fox.
Well, if it's California, it'll be, I don't know, mostly, I think, pine and ash.
Yeah, it's allowed over there, isn't it, that marijuana stuff?
No, I'm thinking more about forest fires at the moment.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah. Stay safe. Am I even on camera? I don't even know.
Lynn Dipple said, "I'm okay for now. I have to work this weekend, so I'm just in for a little bit." Oh.
Pays the bills though, Lynn.
It pays the bills, and you are much needed, Lynn.
Yep. Absolutely.
And Colin said, "Yeah, I'm a firefighter, so we stay busy."
Oh, good job.
Good man. Good man.
So even so, what are you smoking is an even more apt question.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you must be having a nightmare over there right now. Good God. What a time to be a firefighter when everything's on fire.
Yeah, and I can see why he does modelling, then it gets his head to a different place.
Mind you, let's not forget though, California is just a goddamn massive place. It's not like, you know, if there's a forest fire, it's everywhere in California. California's like the size of Europe, so
yeah.
I'm just pulling that out my arse, by the way. California may or may not be the size of Europe. I'm fixing my dad device. Look.
Fixing it? Why? Oh no!
How meta is it? I'm using the glue that it contains to fix it. The reason I have to do that is because I sometimes hold it like that to take the lid off, and then I squeeze it because I'm a dick.
Yeah.
Because I'm a tit, basically. I can't be trusted with, you know, simple things. Fox, your glue is too close to your mic. It's like about 3 feet away. but my mic is on a mount, and the mount is unfortunately only able to be attached to the bench. I've got nowhere else to attach it's on a mic, it's on a boom arm. So the microphone isn't actually attached to the bench, but the boom arm it's on is, because there's nowhere else for me to mount it. So every time I put that down, it's a bit, I know it's annoying. I'll also make sure it's not touching the shelves. Unfortunately, I've got nothing to mount the boom arm for the microphone to, and I forget sometimes and start banging things on the desk. It's a bit rubbish, but you know, hey, big pink straw.
Hey, I want to talk in a Land Rovers a minute. What did you have a Mark II Land Rover?
I had a Series 3.
Oh, Series 3, was it?
Yeah, Series 3. Before that Defender rubbish, it was proper Land Rover. Series 3. I've done 3 dudes, by the way.
What, you've just done those in the last hour?
I've done them in the, yeah. That's at least 6 parts.
Wow.
Now for the last 3, we'll finish this box set. Yes, I had a beautiful, beautiful Series 3.
I've seen a Series 2 one go.
Oh, yeah.
41,000.
Oh, yeah, Series 2 is classic stuff. If you give me a minute, I shall blow your tiny mind. If I can.
You're going to get a magazine out now and show me yours, aren't you?
Yeah, if I can find it. I probably can't find it now, though.
Paul D. Tomaso's joined us saying good evening, everyone. Hiya, Paul. Hope you're well, mate.
Hey, Paul.
What's that done?
Bonjour la classe, regardez-vous. Land Rover owner issue number 31 from 2015, I think. Proper magazine. This is the official. If you've got a Land Rover, this is the magazine you got. I used to subscribe to this many, many years ago. It's about Land Rovers, obviously.
No.
And it's all the things you need to know about Land Rovers. That's why it's called Land Rover owner. But imagine my surprise, this is again a Google adventure. I had a Land Rover and I sold it about 2007. I had a Series 3 that was my favourite car ever, and I sold it. It broke down and I couldn't afford to get it fixed, so I sold it. And occasionally, it's fun to do a search for things in my past on the internet. Like I've got a collection of number plates I found in scrapyards and stuff, or like when I used to go to school, if I was walking through a car park, there used to be a car park near the bus station, you find a license plate, I collect it. So I like looking them up every now and then, things like that. And I just decided to Google my old Land Rover's license plate. Turns out it was still around, and it was featured in this issue of Land Rover Owner, if I can find it, because somebody restored it a little bit, and then it's sawned again now, it's off-road again. So imagine my surprise when I found out that my car, my beloved Tubbs, was actually featured. That was my car. I drove that car for like 5 years. Tubbs TUB 334. Now what they did do was they did take off the bungee sticker off. I had a bungee sticker on the bumper because I used to play Halo a lot. I think they've taken the Scooby-Doo bobblehead off the dashboard. You want to, okay, well, let's have a look. They've got on the dashboard, they still have the really crappy inclinometer that I kind of screwed in harshly. Yeah. So they've still got that. They took off the Scooby-Doo bobblehead. I did mount two actual PC speakers, like just PC speakers. I actually sort of mounted them to the roof, so I had some sort of stereo system for my stereo, for the car stereo. But they were literally like the kind of desktop PC speakers.
Oh my god!
I tied them round something. But yeah, this is basically, that is my car. They've added this sticker here. I don't know why. So that's my car. I drove that car for like 5 years. They replaced that door because that door was actually, when I had it, it was a green colour because it damaged and I had to get a replacement. And it was a brand new door. Never got painted. So that was my baby. That was my baby.
Colin bonnets used to be so heavy to lift up with that wheel on.
Yeah, I said to the guy when I bought it, it didn't have a wheel on the bonnet, and I said, I need a wheel on the bonnet. And he said, well, they're not cheap. I said, I don't actually want a spare wheel. I just want a wheel. Give me something you're going to put in the scrap. I don't want to use it as a spare. I just need a wheel. So he gave me he said, you can have that one for $5, the tyre's knackered. I'm like, I'll have it. And yeah, you learn very quickly. If you want to get under the bonnet, you should probably take the wheel off.
Yeah.
Because you get the big heavy, you get the little aluminium bonnet that's made of paper, and you get this wheel that weighs 3.5 metric tons. Because trust me, these wheels are heavy, and it's held in place by a toothpick. When you lift it up, it's like a piece of string that holds the bonnet open. So, yeah, there's my beautiful 2.25 litre diesel engine that I hoped would be simple to maintain, and turned out it wasn't.
Oh.
Yeah, she made a mess of that door though. That was my car. That's my car, my baby in a magazine.
Yeah.
But it's actually off-road again now. It's sawned off-road, so I guess it broke again. But that was the best car I ever owned. That exact car. And not many people can say their car's in a magazine, so that's my baby. So cool. I couldn't believe it. This is why I like to Google things sometimes, because you never know what you'll find. And I'm like, wait a minute, that's my car. What? Because I just Googled it and a picture came up and I'm like, that's my car, but that's not my house. What? Panzer Koenig's in says, morning all. Welcome, Panzer.
Panzer, food. What are you having? What is it?
I didn't mention food, but we I assume there is. Retro says, a Land Rover, easy to maintain. So silly. Well, the thing is, they kind of were. Series 3 Series 2 even more, but Series 3 it was easy to maintain in that the parts were simple. It was a basic mechanical car. You didn't have lots of computer systems and complicated. It was basically, there's a chunk of iron with some glow plugs in it and a bit of wiring, and if you want to take the headlight out, just take 3 massive screws, bang, there you go. So it was easy to maintain. It was just getting the parts was tricky for an old 1970s Series 3. So it was. I love that. I've never loved a car as much as that Land Rover. It was rubbish. It was cold. It was noisy. I had to grow extra bones in my arm to turn the steering wheel. But it was the perfect car, and I loved it. And I miss it there isn't a day goes by that I don't miss it. I beg your pardon? Are you beating the devil out of it?
I'm doing a Bob Ross.
Yeah, beat the devil out of it.
Panzer saying, first up, Dad, is that you cheating on your buddy build? Look, Sue's gone to bed now. Shush.
Candy Graham says, I'm guessing rather few of us have owned a car that later showed up in a magazine. And he also says, they removed your Scooby-Doo bobblehead, Philistines. Edward Leonard had a 1971 Triumph Spitfire. That was the year I was born. Yeah. My friend Martin bought a Triumph GT6 about 25 years ago with the idea of slowly just getting it back to full working showroom condition. He's still got it. I don't think it's ever got back to. He's been doing little bits on it over the years, but it's great though. But it's knackered. It's old and knackered, but yeah. He took me for a drive in it once. I never wanted to go in it ever again because your arse is that far from the road surface. It's not. Yeah. William, where are we? William Rayborn says, I had steak and green beans.
Oh, nice. And I've seen William's steaks. Yeah.
Although I've got to say, you've got steak and you've got your leafy green beans, but where's the bit in the middle? Like the chips or the potato or the mashed potato or there's a bit missing there. You've got your base and you've got your top end, but where's the medium frequencies like your potatoes or your mash or something?
Yeah. Lynn, Colin's had his operation. He's perfectly okay. He came through it okay. He's at home now. They sent him home today.
Yep.
And he's sleeping. He's just before we went live, he was going to bed.
Yep.
So he's sleeping. But yeah, he's great, Lynn.
He's good. They said they sent him home because they reckon he'll be fine, sort of looking after himself. I think it's probably because he was more trouble than he's worth.
Yeah,
I think he just made their lives a living hell, and they kicked him out. They're like, just go, will you just go home? Yeah. We'll give you 6 weeks supply of hardcore morphine and all the hospital equipment you need. Just please leave. Because he's a diva. He'll be wanting a bowl of M&Ms, but not with the blue ones.
Oh God! He said something to me yesterday about he'd been giving stickers out in hospital.
Oh yeah, he proudly told me that he'd pimped his channel to all that would hear it. He'd given stickers out. He took a card. He gave a channel card out. And one of the nurses' sons was into Warhammer, so he gave him a sticker and pimped the channel. And I'm like, good girl. He said, you'd be so proud of me. Although, like, remember when I've said this, he was tripping balls on morphine, so...
Yeah.
Yeah. I said, so what you mean is you said something to the nurse, but you don't actually really know what you said to the nurse. He went, yeah, there is that. I said, you probably didn't even say words.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, there could be that.
Claire's saying lots of sleep, good for healing. Yeah, he didn't sleep at all last night. Obviously, the same day as his op, he was... Yeah, he was in a bit of pain in that last night. It was great now. Absolutely great. But like I say, I've never, ever in all the years, and I've known Colin a lot of years now, I've never had so many messages off him in one day. It's a day.
Yeah. Well, like I say, the conversation with Colin on Messenger is normally, 3 or 4 speech bubbles, isn't it? How you doing? I'm doing all right. Brilliant. It's quite... we don't mince words with me, with us and Cole. You just get to the point quickly and make your point, and that's it. There's not long flowing conversations. But yeah, I've got about 4 pages of conversation in the last 24 hours. Bless him. If anything, it'd be nice, because he'll be on painkillers and stuff. He doesn't. We all know that Colin sleeps for like about 4 hours a night anyway, so it'd be nice if he actually got a big chunk of sleep as well, because that's not something he normally does.
In a proper bed as well. He normally sleeps in his massage chair.
He basically sleeps in that office chair, or he sits in it all day, and then he goes to sleep in it all day, and then he's always at the bench basically.
Yeah.
His bench, his whole room, man cave, is just a room on wheels that moves around. It's like a little mobile man cave. It's not really. I'm making that up. Funnily enough.
That's why he knows I moan at him a lot. Because, that's what he's there for. Edward Leonard said, LOL, it's because he's stoned. Yeah.
Well, Hugh Gordon says, I hope he's got some slumber doobies. Herbal sleeping tubes. Oops.
Let's see.
How's your your Land Rover going?
You said that and went. You'll be back now. Yay for it. Clunk. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. There he is.
Back in the room. And away they go.
Never fails.
Yep. Don't know why I get kicked out. It's happened to Colin a few times. It happens in Chrome. It happens in Edge. It happens less in Edge. But don't know why that happens. It doesn't seem to happen to everybody. Apparently it's a known issue with StreamYard.
Well, touch wood, but it's never ever
not on camera, dear. That's later on. That's private.
Never happened to me. That never kicked me out of any stream I've been in on StreamYard. And I've used Chrome, Edge, Opera, Mozilla. You froze, Fox. Fox is froze now. How is that? Oh, Fox. Oh, he's Fox. Lynn said, I'm doing okay, but I'm depressed and stressed out. Yeah. Take it easy, Lynn. Try not to get it down. I know it's easier said than done. And there he was, gone. Fox fall down, go boom. Yeah, you'll be back now. Welcome to the dance show. Yeah, just me on my own. Well, you'll be back. Maybe. He's either froze or doing a good impression of me in the hangout. Yeah. Yeah. No messages from him, so he must be struggling, I think, now. That is a long time for Fox to go.
Check your message. This is the way.
Oh, his broadband's fell over. Just reply. Hold fire, broadband failure. Suddenly it got 50% better joke. Bless you. He's great, Fox. Dad, hope you have the buttons. Yeah, I do, Lynn. It's I set it up. It's mine and Colin's.
Check your message. This is the way.
It's mine and Colin's StreamYard, this one. He should be back up in a minute. So, because of the 24/7 and stuff, me and Colin split the costs on StreamYard and Zoom. So, we both have buttons on both. And he's back in the room.
3, 2, 1, back in the room. Yes, ironically, just after StreamYard kicked me out, my broadband actually fell over. Yeah.
Oh, there you go. Could that be the problem then?
Yeah. No, because it's normally... I do find with my specific broadband provider, for some reason, normally about midnight, my broadband falls over for a couple of minutes.
It's happened to me.
But it's not every night, but quite often if my broadband does fall over, it's like about midnight. So there must be like some work that goes on the network around about midnight. But yeah, sometimes.
Yeah.
But it doesn't seem to be related to me falling out of StreamYard because that happens whatever time I'm streaming. And I get, it's not like I don't lose the internet. I just fall out to the join the chat page. So I'm still connected. I'm just not in the actual Hangout. Anyway, we're back now.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's not actually morning time there, says Paul Di Tommaso. It's 1:15 in the morning. Which in metric is about 1/2 arse.
Yeah.
But not quite quarter to holy crap. What, did I miss anything?
Nothing at all. Only Lynn saying, Dad, I hope you have the buttons.
Yeah.
I do.
Yes, I don't have access to Colin's channel at all, so...
Yeah, I was explaining to him that because of the 24/7 and stuff, and I was running StreamYard and Colin was running it, and I was running Zoom and Colin was running it, so we decided between us to... I ditch mine and we just go Alpha's on his, and then he's given me admin rights on Zoom and StreamYard. So
yeah, well, that's the thing. I mean, you know, giving somebody access to your YouTube channel and stuff is an incredible sign of trust. Because seriously, you know, yeah,
I wouldn't.
It's like saying, here are all the keys to my drinks cabinet.
Yeah.
Midnight. Lynn says it's 6:14 p.m. there.
6:14 p.m.
And Edward says, half-ass the bunghole quarter to dawn. Paul, it's 01:14. What does the O stand for? Oh my God, it's early, says Panzer. And Retro says 3.5 freckles past a hair. I wish I had a watch.
Why, aye, man.
Why, aye, Spuggy. Bite a grove.
Oh, so we're getting all the times now from the time zones. It's quarter past 6 in the evening where Lynn is.
I may have read that one.
Did you?
Mm-hmm.
That'll teach me, won't it?
Mm-hmm.
Done it again, Dad, didn't I?
Mm-hmm. 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 8:15 here in Canada, says Paul Di Tommaso, and it's 1:15 in Scotland. Funny enough, it's 1:15 here in North Scotland.
Yeah, I may have read that one. Oh, God.
Do you know, I was having a conversation with a person in the medical profession the other day. I was talking to somebody, and they were getting some details from me. They said, "What's your ethnicity? What would you describe your ethnicity as?" And it's like the typical answer is like white British or whatever.
Yeah.
And I said, half Irish, half Scottish, so basically just pallid and confused, and there was not even a smile. I'm like, wow, what tough crowd.
Yep.
Tough crowd. I didn't try make any more jokes after that. I just got through the process. I'm like, right, I'll just not bother.
So Panzer has said, so Dad, how's your back? Without going into the big long story of it, Panzer, it's an old injury from way back when I used to jump off of high walls with big heavy packs on my back and stuff.
Is it a war wound?
Yeah, and
that you can't talk about? Shh.
Well, I can talk about it, I'm all right. It's just that it's arthritis of the lower spine is all it is, and sometimes I get flare-ups with it, and I just lay up for a while, and I know I'm getting nagged daily to go to the doctors when all the doctor will do is just give me pain relief. So.
Yeah, but they'll give you better pain relief and you'll be spaced.
I don't want to be spaced.
You'll be like, wee, everything's brilliant.
They've tried that in the past, and I said, look, it feels like I'm sitting behind net curtains when it's like I've got net curtains right in front of my eyes.
Yeah.
And I'm looking through them and stuff, and I came off them.
Well, that just means they weren't the right painkillers for you. Let's try some different painkillers.
Yeah. Well, yeah, there must be other ones there. But anyway, I just get on with it. Lynn said, I'm glad you're better, Dad. Thanks, Lynn. Thank you.
Oh, pitch. Mark Shellard's in, says, hi, everyone. We're on late.
Hiya, Mark.
Hey, Mark. Yeah, this is the midnight show. This is Festa's midnight show.
And we've got Andy McLeish as well. Spoons.
Spoonularity. Spoons. It does amaze me how many of our UK brethren actually join us on these late streams, even though they're in the UK.
Yeah, I haven't spoken to Andy for ages now again. Yeah. Panzer said, yeah, Dad, I know those aches only too well. Yeah, you would do, mate, because you wore a green beret in your job.
Ooh.
Yeah, he was one of the Green Beret boys.
Beat the devil out of it, Dad. Beat the devil out of it.
Oh, I do I get lovely flashbacks of Bob Ross from doing this.
Beat the devil out of it, you whore. Peapod.
Linda, that's one thing I'm going to try when I come to the UK. Jaffa cakes. Get some, Linda. Do them on Amazon.
You know, there's an internet where you can buy things.
Yeah, Amazon do them.
You can easily buy lots of UK foodstuffs on Amazon in the US.
Yep.
It used to be you'd have to go and find an expat store. Like my brother lives in I'll say that again. My brother lives in Tennessee, and he used to have to depend on. In the 80s, you used to have to depend on like British expat stores for anything you wanted, any of the home creature comforts. You'd pay like $5 for a pot noodle. That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
So, all his British, you had to put, no, you just buy them online. The same way I can get like Tim Tams and Japanese rice snacks and, Samyang Korean death noodles. You can't actually get over here really very easily. Andy McLeish says, Peapod squirrel.
Welcome back, Andy.
Retro says, happy little accidents. We'll just tree that smudge up some. I loved it on when they started showing the Bob Ross stuff on Twitch at first.
Yeah.
They just started streaming all the episodes, and there became this little routine on Twitch in the chat. Because the thing with Bob Ross is he always gets to this point where you'd see him do something and it would make no sense at all.
Yeah.
And everybody in chat would just type in capitals, ruined!
Yeah.
Or he'd paint something that didn't quite work. Like there was one where he's painting a little water wheel on the side of a mill. And he painted the mountain and it's all beautiful. And then he paints this water wheel. And it's all out of perspective, it's all wrong. It's like not circular, it's all skew-whiff. And everybody in chat was like, ruined, ruined, ruined. And then as he carries on painting, he kind of fusses around with it and tweaks it. They're all like, saved. So it became this thing of saying ruined every time he half paints something and then saying saved when he fixes it.
He's brilliant. Love Bob Ross.
He actually painted... Did you ever see the one where he actually painted a person in a painting? In one of the pictures?
Yes, because he only ever done one painting with a person in it, didn't he?
Yeah, and it was like a silhouette of a cowboy by a campfire, and it was rubbish. It really was. I was like, wow, that's why you don't do people in your paintings, because you really suck at doing people. Excuse me.
Leonard saying to Lynn, you made me buy the Lego Saturn V. Lynn's laughing, saying you're welcome.
Yeah. This is correct. 5 noodles for a pot dollar. Wait, what? Says Andy McLeish. I do apologise, I've got a bit of a throaty cough at the minute.
Oh, Callum's saying he was fun to watch, Bob Ross. His mother actually has one of his paintings. Wow.
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 That'll be worth probably not that, probably quite a bit. There's a big thing at the minute that, you know, all his paintings, when he painted them, he did 3 every time.
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
Whenever you saw him do a painting on his show, there was always 3 of them. One was to give to the PBS channel, to the channel, so they could donate it and give it away.
Yep.
One was the initial one that he did before they filmed, so he could figure out what he needed to do.
Yeah.
And the other one was the one he filmed. Oh no, he always painted a painting first beforehand, so he knew what the painting was and what he needed to do. Then he painted the one live when they filmed it, and that's the one that was given to the PBS channels for them to give it away as a whatever to charity or to whoever wanted it. They'd go to all the PBS stations around the country and they'd give them away.
Yeah.
And the third one was always the one they used for taking photographs as he painted it, because he'd do like books of how to paint. Yeah. So the third one was always just he'd paint it and the guy would be taking photographs of it as he'd like do little tutorials. And pretty much most of his paintings that weren't, all the ones that were given away to stations were just donated and people given away, but all the ones that weren't given to the stations, they're still kept in storage by the Bob Ross company.
Yeah.
And they don't sell them. So if you can find a Bob Ross painting, good luck. Trying to find one. That's the thing, they're so rare. Because he wasn't in it for he was in it for the money, let's be honest. He needed the money to live, but he didn't want to he didn't do them to sell them, he did them just to teach people. So.
Scotty Skell Studios joined us as well. I meant to say hello earlier. He put, Bob Ross is the reason he kind of got hooked on PBS. That and regular programming was garbage. Funny, it still is.
Yeah. Unless you come from like Florida, in which case pretty much meth is the reason you got hooked on PBS. Or meth is the reason you got hooked on anything, really. Paul Dittermas says, we don't have pot noodles here. We have Mr. Noodles, Cup of Noodles, and a bunch of others. You need to somehow acquire pot noodles, Paul. You just need to do it. Because what you've got there is actual proper noodles, and that's not what pot noodles are. It's like saying, how can I do this now? I'm trying to think of a good comparison. It's like saying we don't have Bugattis here. We only have... No, it's like saying we don't have Yugos here. We only have Bugattis. You still need to drive a Yugo to find out what it's like. So you've got decent, good noodle snacks. You need to get some pot noodles. You need to experience true filth. There's only 2 types of filth in life. There's starship filth and there's pot noodles. Because the thing with pot noodles, for anybody that doesn't know, the thing with pot noodles, like if you get a cup ramen, like a proper Japanese or Korean ramen pot, that's ramen. It's proper noodles. It's food. It's based on reality. The noodles in pot noodles had nothing to do with Japanese or Korean culture at all. They were made in the 1980s as cheap food for students here in Britain. It was cheap, shitty student food, basically, with no resemblance to any actual kind of foodstuffs at all. So we didn't have the kind of noodle or ramen culture here. We just had pot noodles were always just crappy food for students. So it's yeah, you've got to try them at least once. White Glove says, anyone here watch the Red Green Show?
No.
Don't know what that is. It's my favourite Canadian TV series. Never even heard of it. Lynn Dipple loves it. Hugh says, oi, plenty of Hugo's Fox. Or did you mean hugs? Retro Rabbit knows about the Red Green. I guess this is an American and Canadian thing then. We've got no idea here in the UK. Chicken and mushroom pot noodles are the best, says Mark Shallard, who is now the coolest person in chat. Because you are correct, of course. The green chicken and mushroom pot noodles are, in fact, the best. As Colin now knows 12 times over. Because I sent him 12 chicken and mushroom pot noodles.
Edward Leonard's put a super chat in saying, Colin, love you, mate. Feel better, brother. Glad everything went well. Be good, mate, and all the hugs. And stop with the Florida thing, Fox. I live there, and you have way more meth problems in Hawaii.
Thank you very much for that, Edward.
Yeah, thanks, Edward.
Yeah.
Comedy made up, mate.
Yeah, don't forget, of course, this is Colin's channel, and we've not done this so far, so this is Colin's channel. So if you would like to support Colin's channel, Festa 67's keep the channel going, especially right now while he's going to be out of commission for a few weeks recovering and not really able to make any content. Do consider, if you're not already, do become a patron. Patreon.com/Festa67's workshop. Or becoming a channel member by clicking the join button underneath any one of these videos on his channel. Either way, you're supporting him directly. You're putting food on his table. You're really helping him out while he's not making any content for the coming weeks. And it'd just be a really nice thing to do. And it just helps guarantee that he can, you know, keep himself in kits and stuff and equipment to keep the channel going. So if you're not a member or a patron already, do consider becoming it. But don't forget, of course, if you want to just help out immediately, like Edward's done there, you can see that big yellow bar, that's a super chat. You can just press the dollar symbol underneath the chat window, and that'll put your comment in a big fat coloured box. And we'll have no way to miss it because it's a big fat coloured box, and also it's just helping him out a little bit through his YouTube income. So do feel free to help the channel out while he's out of commission and going to be face down for a few weeks for all the wrong reasons. I don't really know. I don't really get that. I made the joke and even I don't get it. You face down, so you just consider it. It'd be a nice thing to do.
Sean Miles has said, chicken and mushroom pot noodles are shit. That is all.
I'm not disagreeing, but they're also they're shit, but also the best thing you'll ever eat. That's why they're so good, because they're so bad.
But have you tried a chicken and mushroom pot noodle with a chicken oxo cube in it?
Ooh, I have not. I've added Bisto chicken gravy to one once. A spoonful of Bisto gravy, but not actually an oxo cube. Ooh, a chicken oxo cube.
Chicken oxo cube. Try.
Ooh,
delicious.
I may have to investigate this.
Because I agree with Claire. I had a chicken and mushroom one today, and I thought that's not how I remember him. Something's changed.
Oh, probably. They did change them a few years back because they took they reduced the salt in them. Because let's be honest, every level of ingredient in chicken in any pot noodle is beyond legal limits.
Yeah.
Up until they changed it. I mean, you had a pot noodle in 1987. You were basically eating a big pot full of salt and just industrial, God knows what. So yeah, they changed the flavour a bit because they reduced the salt massively in them, I think, and it had an effect.
Scotty Scale Studio saying I had one of my worst meth incidents in the fire service. A small farm in the California desert, booby traps and all, makes him cringe. Wow. Flip it now.
Yeah. Never had pot noodles, don't know if I want to try them, says Lynn. If you like ramen, they're just like pot ramens or ramen cups. They're alright. It's like if you get like a cup noodle or something, they're the same kind of thing, but there's just no meat in them at all. It's all just processed soy and noodles. Yeah. They're probably actually reasonably healthy nowadays because there's like low salt and stuff. So I say reasonably. In the same way juggling chainsaws is reasonably safe.
Hugh has said, that's Hugh, not you, but Hugh. I said, put a teaspoon of young curry sauce mix in the pot, Dad. Total transformation.
Do you know what I found recently that's really nice? It's not quite right, but it's nice. Is, you know, you get your Bisto gravy granules, you get your Bisto onion gravy, and you get your Bisto chicken gravy. Yeah. You can now get Bisto curry gravy. And it's a bit like Chinese chip shop curry, but not quite. It's like, but it's quite nice. It's not, but if you go to Tesco's here in the UK, you can buy. Have a look on the shelf. You can actually buy a box of school curry.
Wow!
Like proper 1970s primary school, and I've had it. I can't remember who makes it. It's like powder, you know. It's like gravy powder. You just have boiling water, but it literally does taste exactly like 1970s British school curry. It's even got the little raisins in it. It's perfect. Or it might be a tin. It's been a long time. It might be a tin. I can't remember now anyway. Anyway, it's spot on.
Here's the thing, Claire. She said, yeah, just not as tasty as before. We'll try an added cube. Could try Marmite.
Ooh, yeah. Could do. I've had it Marmite to things before.
Teaspoon of Marmite in there. Now yeah. I got some veggie. I've still got Vegemite here as well.
I can never remember, because it's been a while since I've had Vegemite. I can never remember if which one I find better, if I like Vegemite more or Marmite more. I can't remember. It's been so long since I've tasted Vegemite, I can't quite remember. I think I prefer Marmite.
Yeah, personally, I prefer Marmite out of the two.
But Vegemite's a bit more gentle if you don't want that kind of acid kick.
Yeah. Yeah, that Ken sent me that ages ago.
It lasts forever, isn't it? It's just yeast. It's not yeast, is it? It's vegetable, isn't it? It's vegetable stuff.
Yeah.
Who'd have thought the Australians would make a vegetarian version of anything?
Yeah.
It doesn't seem quite right, that, does it? Oh, yours is made out of beef extract? Well, ours is made out of plants.
Lynn Dipple said, I'm feeling better now. I'm here with my friends. And we're glad you're with us, Lynn.
Yeah, absolutely.
Sean was just putting the frighteners on everyone, saying they weren't raisins in school curry. Not saying what they were, but they came from rabbits.
Oh, the old rabbit poop.
Yeah.
I used to love school curry. It was the best thing ever. And when I actually got old enough to have real curry from the real world, I was most disappointed it didn't taste anything like school curry. Because that school curry was exclusive to 1970s British primary schools. You didn't get it in senior schools, in secondary schools, and it disappeared around about 1980, 1981. Because when I went to secondary school, never saw it again. It's gone. Dad, mind the check the best before on your Vegemite, says Panzer.
Does it have one?
Cough it up, love.
Okay.
And retro.
I
don't know. Just plants, isn't it? Should be fine. Retro says you can't tell when Marmite goes bad by the taste. It never goes bad. Paul says, what are bachelor's super noodles like?
You got me thinking now.
Bachelor's super noodles are adequate. They're all right. I wouldn't get too excited about them. They're the kind of thing you have to make, but then you add stuff to them, like get a whole mess of hot dog sausages and chop them up, and dump them in, or get some like. If you go, here's the trick, right? If you want proper student food, get yourself some Bachelor's super noodles and add stuff to it. But don't get clever. You have to think like a student. So, for example, if you want to add hot dog sausages, get the cheapest ones you can find, slice them up and put them in. If you want to add meat to them, you don't go out and get like some cubed chicken or anything like that. Don't go and buy actual meat. What you do is you go and get a packet of like sliced ham or slices of chicken or turkey or whatever, like Bernard Matthews 10 slices of turkey breast, like the processed thin, and you chop that up and put it in. That's like proper student food. It's got to be dirt cheap. You can put anything in soup. They're quite. They make great snacks. Super noodles. Bang them in, heat them up. Nom nom nom.
For best before date, check base of jar. 25th of June 2019.
Good girl.
It'd still be all right though, wouldn't it? I've had the lid on it.
Stick your finger and have a taste. See how furry it is.
No, perhaps not.
I threw out some cans a few weeks ago in one of the cupboards, and I found a tin. I can't remember what it was now, but I found a tin of something, and the best before date was like 2006. He's like, oh Christ. It'd just been stuck at the back. It was like a tin of soup or something. It had been stuck at the back of the cupboard, like so far at the back. There's like a little cupboard that we very rarely go in. We put like soup and stuff cans in there. And you tend to open it. It's like grounding. You have to squat down, open the cupboard, pull your can of soup out and close the cupboard. So anything at the back, we very rarely get towards the back of the cupboard because we just... So like, yeah, you go in there every now and then, clear it out. But yeah, 2006... I did once find a can that was, in about 2011, I found a can that was dated 1992. So, yeah. You can...
Puns are saying float time test that. Going back over a month ago now, I was in the 24/7 hangout. And I did a float test on my eggs because my eggs were past the sell-by date. So,
what's the test? If it floats, it's good. If it sinks, it stinks.
No, if it floats, it's bad. If it sinks, it's good. But some of them sort of hover halfway. So are they good or are they bad? So
there's a little from column A, a little from column B.
Yeah. So
either or.
One of them in there.
Retro says it comes in squeezy bottles. Was your stuff in a squeezy bottle?
No. I know Marmite does.
Oh no, Claire says, has anyone had difficulty getting the Marmite squeeze bottles? I didn't know you could get Marmite in squeezy bottles, but that would make life... Here's the thing, right? Here's the other thing. Of a morning, I'll make Mama Foxx some toast, or I'll have Marmite on toast myself. But because we're trying to be a bit healthy, we've long given up white bread and we have wholemeal bread. And the thing I've never figured out how to do is spread Marmite in any way that isn't like trying to spread jam over a noodle rug. Because you get it on the knife and you get it on the toast and it just goes bleh, and it's just this blob at one end that balls up and your bread starts to fall apart. I've never figured out how to, like when you see an advert and they get the knife and they go like this and they go and it just spreads, and it's like, no, that's bullshit. That's all CGI. Forget that. You can't do it. I still don't know how you spread Marmite onto toast, because toast just explodes. You either get like a foot thick layer, which is great, but you won't taste anything for a week.
That's it.
Or your bread has a massive hole in the middle. Your toast even. I really want Marmite on toast. Oh, I want Marmite toast now.
I've got Marmite coming in my shop. I'm having a delivery tomorrow.
Well, I ordered some for Mama Foxx for when she came out of hospital, but I ordered the big massive jar by mistake, so it's going to last us quite a while. really want Marmite now. Marmite.
Fox wants Marmite.
Lynn says, I'm now hooked on 2 cookie step bluebell.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know what that is.
Neither do I.
I know the words. I keep the Marmite pots. The 500 gram size makes a great dice shaker cup for gaming. Oh, as a bonus, your dice will smell like Marmite, says Candygram. I like that. Mix the Marmite in the butter first. Hey? I mean, I put the butter on the toast and then I put the Marmite on the buttered toast.
Scottish Girls Studio said, I was a little hungry until all the Marmite and pot noodle talk. Oh, dear.
Lynn says, Bluebell 2 cookie step ice cream. Okay, I get you. Retro says, Smucker's raspberry jam for me, please. Ooh. And now all I can think of is Sam and Max and Stuckies, the chain of diners in Sam and Max called Stuckies. Marmite is a great example of a thixotropic fluid. I just got my once-in-a-decade use of the word thixotropic out of the way, says Candy Crown.
Nice, Jeff.
Yeah. It's like you know, when you get to say things like a non-Newtonian fluid, you get to do that like once every 5 years.
Gemma hates the stuff, but Chris loves it.
I gave my doctor a laugh a week ago. I went to see my GP, and we were just having a jokey conversation. I was telling her about how I've got the tea towel of quarantine. When I get deliveries and stuff, I'd spray them with soapy water and leave them on the tea towel. You know, when we started doing it when COVID came in. And she said, "Oh no, you don't need to worry about that. The whole thing with the fomites is not a problem anymore on cardboard." And I said, "Oh my God!" She said, "What?" I said, "You're the first person I've ever heard use the word fomite, and because I listened to the Skeptic's Guide to the Universe, I know what that word means." Because one of the words of the week on the Skeptic's Guide podcast was the word fomite. And I'm like, and she went, "Oh, I listened to that." I'm like, "Brilliant! I like my doctor." She listens to the SGU and she used the word fomite. Right, I think I've got all the bits for these dudes. I can get these dudes built. And that's this entire box set finished then. Let's see how we get on, shall we?
No, good you are.
So I build some shit. Let's build some shit. Let's build some shit now. Are you eating?
Oh, God, you caught me.
Where's the way you're going?
Do you know
What are you eating? What are you eating? We need to know. I can't see, by the way. You'll have to use words.
Blackjack.
Oh, I don't like those.
Oh, yeah.
No. Never did like them that much.
Good. More for me.
When I was young, I used to... I didn't like blackjacks, but I did like... used to look... I'll say all that again with actual goddamn words. I didn't like blackjacks, but I used to love imps.
Oh,
do you remember imps?
Yeah.
Little tiny little pellets that were just made of death.
Yeah.
They were like... Anyone that doesn't know what imps are, you used to get a little tin about this big, or a bag, and it was like, imagine a little pellet about this. It's about that big, like the size of a rice. And it was this little black pellet the size of and it was basically the mintiest, aniseedest, licoricest thing ever you'd ever eat. But I don't mean mint like delightful spearmint. I mean mint like chewing on a razor blade mint.
Yeah.
With licorice. They were horrible, and at the same time, you couldn't stop eating them. And of course, you eat 5 of them, you get the raging shit. So, yeah. And yes, before you ask, we do swears on this stream because it's the late night stream. So,
Mark Shellard said, "Mike, try the blackjack ice bodies, but it'll make your tongue go back, Mark."
ooh. You've just reminded me many years ago. Do you remember the goodies?
Goody gumdrop.
They released a couple of books. I had both of the Goodies Book of Criminal Record. Was it the Goodies Criminal Record or something like that? But this is in the 1970s.
Mm.
And on one of them, you got to the middle page, and there's this middle page spread of a classic 1970s British catalogue. And it's just a double page spread. It's a photograph of like a 1970s kitchen and dining room area.
Yeah.
And you've got like a granddad at the table, sat there with a kid sitting at the table, and there's like a man sat on there's like a little kitchen breakfast island thing, and there's a man sat on a stool, and there's one behind there cooking something. So it's like a big photograph of like a family in a kitchen, big kitchen. And every object has a little black square with a number on. And obviously the descriptions of each item, like an old British catalogue, they're all down the side. And one of them, there was a little black square with the number 5, or just on a kitchen stool. And it just said, number 5, whoopee stool. And it says, sit on this, and whoopee, your face goes black. I'm like, oh, so bizarre humour. Whoopee, your face goes black. It made no sense at all, but at the same time made perfect sense and was hilarious to my like 7-year-old mind.
Yeah.
And one of them was like, there was like a beanbag on the floor with a dog sat in it, and it just said dog, like number 23, dog, great at parties. Because what they did was they numbered and described all the irrelevant, like in a real catalogue it would number like a chair or a table, a thing you could buy from the catalogue. But in this, it numbered and described all the non-stuff, like, you know, the old man was like labelled as granddad.
Yeah.
Grumpy, but he'll make you some money someday. Things like that. So, oh, there's me dude, look, he's back. Can I catch him? He's gone.
Kill him.
No, I'm not going to kill him. I don't kill things by choice. I kill things by accident. But then I feel bad about it for weeks, and then I just have it. There he is. He's under me, little dude. Right, hang on. Can I? This will be complete overkill. Right. My official bug catching thing is a picture of my niece when she was like 5 years old in 2005. I'm going to try and get it. This is my official spider catching card and glass, you see, so I'm using it now. I'm trying to get it to get on the postcard so that I can throw him outside the room. Hang on. It's ridiculous doing it for such a tiny bug, but hey. I think I got him. I'll keep it there just in case.
Did you kill him catching him?
Hey?
Did you kill it catching it?
No.
Oh.
I just let it fly out the door. It'll come back. Lick it, Fox. Who knows? Yes, my niece, who is now at university, she was horrified to realise that a photograph of her when she was 5 is the official spider catching postcard of this house. I said, do you realise you're the official spider catcher? She said, what do you mean? I said, that photograph of you from like your grade school, whatever they call it in America. What's like primary school in America?
Is
it grade school?
I don't know what they call that.
I know that. Yeah. So.
I mean, we just went preschool here, don't we?
Well, that's nursery though, isn't it? It's more like primary, I think. Anyway, she was like 5 or 6, I think. Anyway. 16 years ago. Pull its legs off, says Mark. No. Awesome. Is Candygram says, is that the niece who pronounces bear as Bayer? Yes. Her and her sister, because they come from Memphis. They come from Tennessee, so it's like Bayer. Well, she's like 20 odd now, but you know. But yes, my nieces are the ones that live in Tennessee are the ones that say Bayer. Look over there, it's a Bayer. And when they were like little, it's adorable when they say, because like they both like Paddington, so it's good that my brother, being British, was able to introduce them to some good things, some good British things, like, you know, Paddington and pot noodles.
Paddington Bayer.
Bayer. Go Dragons.
Oh no.
They don't live there anymore, but I used to have a Collierville Dragons hoodie and sweatshirt, which was quite good. Go Dragons. And for some reason I've got a t-shirt for the Chattanooga Mockingbirds. I don't know why. But it's quite cool. I like the design of it.
Elementary school.
Elementary school, my dear Watson. Lol, I think we're supposed to put it in a frame, not scoop up for bugs, for Christ's sake. Yeah. She was horrified when she found out, but it's an ongoing joke now that she's her face is the official spider catching face of the house. Isn't your college like our high school? Then you have university for higher education, correct, says White Glove. We have preschool. Well, when I was a kid, it was nursery to about 5. Then it was primary school for, 7 to 11?
7 to 11, yeah.
7 to 11 was primary school. And then from 11 to 8, well, you could either be 11 to 18, which would be secondary school, and you do all your A-levels and then you go off to university. Or if you didn't go to a school that did A-levels, you'd do secondary school from 11 to 15 and then college from 16 to 18 for your A-levels and then university. So it's a bit different over here. It's changed now because we've got high schools and stuff over here now, and it's all year 7 and year 8.
My grandson's just done his GCSEs and he's staying on to do his A-levels.
Yep.
But he had to sit an interview with the headmaster at the school to decide whether or not he could stay on. Yeah.
Well, it's like, I mean, I went to a grammar school, so they did this is the 80s. Pretty much most places, if you went to a grammar school, like not a private grammar school, it was a state grammar school. It wasn't a private grammar school. It wasn't that good. There were basically grammar schools where you could do A-levels, you could stay on and do A-levels.
Yeah.
And then if you weren't at a grammar school, it was a comprehensive where you did up to your O-levels or GCSEs, and then you go off to college to do your A-levels. Not many comprehensive schools did A-levels at that time.
No.
But I often say to people, I went to a grammar school. Oh, grammar school, very posh. I'm like, not really. It wasn't a private school. It wasn't fun. You didn't pay fees. It was still a state school. It was just a state grammar school. So, yeah. So I stayed on and did my A-levels. And we were the second year to do GCSEs. We were the second group of people ever to do GCSEs. And I remember at the time, because I hated school.
Yeah.
I hated it, and I was lazy, and I couldn't be bothered. So I never revised for exams. I had a quick read through all the folder in the morning of the exam, a bit panicky, and then I'd just go and do it. And I remember all the stories, because we were the second group to do GCSEs. The year before us were the first ones, about all these kids having breakdowns and kids committing suicide and stuff because the GCSEs was so hard. And I got there and I was like, I read through my geography file and did the exam, and it was like, yeah, I got a B or an A or whatever. I'm like, and I'm thick, so it wasn't that hard. I never quite understood that, because we had an easy time. It was like, it's just alright, it's fine. It wasn't that hard. Right, I've done 6 dudes.
6.
That means I have now completely finished. I think I've now completely finished the Death Guard Combat Patrol.
You are a hero.
Yes, that is done. Which means I'll have to change all the. Oh God, I'll have to change all the tags and stuff on my Warhammer Sunday thing, because it's got Death Guard in it. Right, so that is them guys done, and that is now, I'd say, a good half of my entire Death Guard army. Wow. Because this is all, well, no, this is a third, because this is all these guys. I've got all the guys from Warhammer Conquest, and I've got all the all James Donnelly's Warhammer Conquest figures as well. So I've got about 3 times as many Death Guard as this.
Oh no!
So I think I'll probably have quite a big Death Guard army at some point. Yeah, so I shall put that over there. I'm not going to put them in that tub yet because these need to dry off.
Yeah.
So I shall put them over there. Now I was going to start something fresh, but it's almost come up to 2 o'clock, so
Yeah.
I think I'll leave it.
Yeah. You got the carers coming in the morning, have you?
Yeah, Mama Fox gets carers coming in every morning just to get her up and about. So I can't be up too late.
No.
I have to make sure her iPad's charged and she's got a beverage ready. Get a cup of tea, nice cup of tea. She drinks Barry's tea, and when I take her a tea in the morning, she goes, "Morning, Barry." She looks at the cup and goes, "Morning, Barry," because she loves Barry's tea.
What time do you want to call it, Fox? It's entirely up to you.
Oh, finish in a minute, I guess. If you're all right with that.
And when?
Finish in a minute. It's almost 2 o'clock, so
Yeah, 2
do a
o'clock,
couple of hours.
Okay,
I'll have a quick whiz through the chat though. So I once caught a mouse with a card and a pint glass, pinched his poor paw, and he let out a squeak. I have useless cat, says Retro Rabbit Studios. Oh, did you know if you catch a mouse in your house, be a house mouse. We had a mouse. We've had a mouse occasionally. The best one was when I was sat here. I was sat in my bedroom upstairs watching telly, and a mouse was sat on top of my telly.
Yeah?
Yeah, it was like, wait, hang on, you're upstairs in a back bedroom. How the heck? Why? So I got it. I got a couple of. I don't kill things, so I got a couple of the humane traps where you get the goes in and it can't get out, and you go and release it. They love peanut butter, but they also love Nutella.
Yeah.
So bit of Nutella, bit of peanut butter. Exactly, they'll do the burp as well. So I put a trap out the next night, and it went clink and came out. Apparently, if you catch a mouse, if you don't want it to return, you have to take it at least a mile away from your house. Because what I did was I just took it to the end of our garden and released it. Now at the time we had neighbours that I didn't like, and there's between the two gardens there's a fence that goes all the way to the end, but almost but not quite. So there's gaps. I just released it at the end of the garden. It shot straight into their garden.
Yeah.
However, it came back a day later. So yeah, I read up and it says if you're going to release a mouse, you have to take it at least a mile away because it's just going to come straight back. Because the likelihood is its family will be in your house and its babies and its nest, so it's going to come straight back anyway if it can. If you take it a mile away, it's probably just going to have to find somewhere new to go. So I was like, so I had to basically get in the car and drive like to a nearby park and let it out. I was like, it's just for one goddamn mouse, but hey, I don't want to hurt things. It was so cute though. I remember we've got in the kitchen, we've got a cupboard and you open the door and there's like a rotating thing where you've got like cups and stuff on it.
Yeah.
So I opened the cupboard once to get a bowl out and I rotated it round and this mouse sat there looking at me. I'm like, okay, I'm just going to rotate you back round and close the door. And just left it and walked away. We had a little hole in the wall that sealed up later on. So cute though, little tiny mouse, house mouse. Kindergarten to grade 8 is elementary school. I don't know what grade 8 is though. I guess that's like primary school.
30, yeah.
Yeah, something like that. Because we've got the same now. We've got like year 1. One of my friends was a teacher. He's like, oh yeah, I teach year 5. I'm like, I don't know what the hell that is. What's year 12? Let's have a look. My dog used to come in with the shrew completely hidden in his mouth. Thought he was getting away with something, says Scotty Skull Studio. GCSC, says Lynn Dipple. GCSE, we used to have O-levels. When basically, in the UK, it was at 15 you do your O-levels, at 18 you do your A-levels, and then you go off to university to do your degree or whatever. Then it just changed it, so at 15 you do your GCSE, General Certificate of Secondary Education. Then at 18 you still do your A-level, and then you go to university for your degree. The only difference was O-level it was just an exam. You do an exam and your entire grade will be based on that exam. The GCSE, they changed it so that it was the exam was a percentage of your grade and the coursework you did throughout the 3 years before, or the year before, was also contributed towards it. And that was the thing. Kids used to revise and do their O-levels. Now they had to do all this coursework and stuff as well, and that's what apparently everybody got stressed about. I'm like, no, it's fine, don't worry about it. Way to go, Fox. Now you spend 3 years painting them all. Yes. Hugh Gordon says you've got a fair bit of painting to do. Yes, but they're dead easy to paint because it's all filth and dirt. Edward Linder says, I was lucky I dropped out of 11th grade because it wasn't doing anything for me. My family owned a tool and die maker and metal stamping business, so I apprenticed in die making. It's kind of handy if you've got a family business. You don't need to get... It's handy to have the qualifications, but you don't actually need them. Hugh Gordon's off, says sweet dreams, folks. Take care, Hugh. Paul Dismasso says, apparently they've changed the way they do maths in elementary school, plus they no longer teach cursive writing. Nah.
Night, Scotty. He's got to go. His dinner's up.
All right. Take care, Scotty. Thanks for coming by. Retro says, the worst is when mice get into the car through the air filter past the butterfly throttle and can't get back out. Oh, no.
Oh.
And Panzer says, the worst will be taking the mouse a mile away and it beats you back home. And then Candygram says, I learned of the GCSE from Billy Nichols' song London Social Degree. I think that's up to date with chat.
Yeah. We should call it a night there then, mate. People are going for dinner and...
Yeah, I need to go and do the sleeps so I can be up at a reasonable time. It's fun when me and Colin go to like 4 in the morning, but when I have to be up at 9 o'clock.
Yeah, it's not so...
Or 8 o'clock. Yeah. If I don't have to be up, it's fun, but right now at the minute with Mama Fox, I need to be up and about, so...
Well, I should be sitting in for Colin on the brunch on Sunday. And then I should be joining you straight after that on your Warhammer Sunday.
Yep, all being well. It's not 100. It's never 100% guaranteed at the minute for my live streams, but you know, with Mama Fox. But as far as I know, it should all be good for Sunday.
And I'll be back with the in-between show Sunday evening. And I've had a volunteer to come in with me in Colin's absence.
Have you?
Yeah.
Ooh, anyone we know, or is it a surprise?
The Ice Queen's going to join me.
Ooh.
She said she'd come in, step in, while Colin's off sick. So it's nice to see everybody's gathering around and helping him out. It's nice.
Yep. Yep. Well, it's like it's like Colin stepped in to do my live streams on my channel. So
yeah,
us doing this on his is just it's fair play, isn't it?
It is.
Helping your mates out.
Yeah. So
remember, folks, don't forget patreon.com/ I think I said model making guru then. Patreon.com / Festa67's workshop if you want to help support him on Patreon. Absolutely. And of course, you can press the join button under this video or any of his videos if you want to become a channel member to help support him and keep him making content, because he's going to be out of commission for a few weeks and not making any videos. So
yeah,
a little bit of a helping hand is always quite nice.
Callum at White Glove has said, night all, thanks for having me. Thanks for popping along, Callum.
Yeah. Come back next time, dude.
Yeah, please do.
12:30 on this channel on Sunday if you can make it, and then 3 o'clock on my channel on Sunday if you can make it,
and then 6 o'clock on my channel on Sunday.
Exactly. So basically all of Sunday night for you, which is Sunday day for us.
All of Sunday day.
Don't sleep on Sunday.
So say night, God bless, and thanks for everyone popping by.
Take care, everyone. Adios, amoebas.
Adios, amoebas. I've said it now as well.
Oh, adios, amoebas.
Bye.
Adios, amoebas.